Didn't see you there. I was just reading about distracted driving. Did you know that in 2010, 3,092 people were killed in car crashes involving a distracted driver? And an additional 416,000 were injured. Oh, and did you also know that 77% of young adult drivers are very to somewhat confident that they can safely drive and text? In reality, they can't.
In this video, we will be talking about distractions around the car. There are three types of distractions: visual, manual, and cognitive. Assuming you don't know the definitions for the distractions, visual distractions are ones that take your eyes off the road. Also, manual distractions are distractions that take your hands off the wheel. Last but not least, cognitive distractions are ones that take your mind off what you're doing. In this case, that's driving. One thing to remember is that distractions can fall under several categories. The most dangerous distractions fall under all three. In this video, we will be sharing with you 8 distractions that we find to be most hazardous around the car. The first one being rowdy pets and passengers, followed by loud music or changing radio stations frequently, as well as aggression and other emotional driving, wildlife watching, fiddling with a GPS, personal grooming, drunk driving, and or texting and driving or having phone conversations. This first distraction is rowdy pets. This distraction is visual and can sometimes be manual. Driver A did not properly secure his pet and it ended up in the front seat. Watch as driver A makes a crucial mistake leading into the crash.
Oh God, what did the cat get up there? Come here, kitty. Oh God, we're gonna crash!
Did you spot the mistake? Of course you did. Besides not securing his pet, driver A took both hands off the wheel, which could easily lead into a crash. Now watch as driver B properly secures his pet before even starting the engine, thus avoiding the problem entirely.
It's okay, kitty. We're just going to the vet. It's not a big deal. All secure in there? I hope so.
Note: although Vermont has no law on restraining pets while you're driving, be aware that pets in your lap are not safe and can be distracting, just like a child. You wouldn't drive around with a baby in your lap, would you? What happens if the pet finds its way under the brake pedal and you cannot use the brake pedal without injuring the pet? Situations like these can be easily avoided by simply restraining the pet in a cage. In Rhode Island, you can get a fine up to $1,000 if you do not properly restrain the pet. Similar to pets, this distraction is other passengers in the car that can be easily as distracting. Rather than manual, this distraction can be cognitive and visual. Now watch as driver A makes a mistake that leads her into a crash.
Hey, let me see the hunter for a second. Here, you can have that one. We just traded. Ha, sucker.
No, give me the hunter
No,
back.
the hunter's mine.
Give
we
me the
fairly
hunter
traded.
back.
No,
No, we
it's so
didn't.
much better.
No, we didn't.
It's, you don't deserve
Give
it.
it
It's
back.
mine.
Hey, I'm
Stop.
trying to drive.
Hey, watch the road.
As you saw in the clip, the youngsters were being too distracting, so the driver had to turn around and yell at them. In that situation, both the youngsters and drivers are at fault for the crash. When passengers are being rowdy, there are more simple solutions than turning around to yell at them. Driver B presents a solution. Even though it may be harsh, rowdy passengers are a distraction that need to be contained.
Hey, let me see the hunter for a second.
Okay.
Ha, we just traded, sucker.
No.
Hey,
give it
what
back.
do you mean no?
Give it
Hunter's
back.
so much better,
Excuse
you don't
me,
deserve
back.
it.
Excuse me, I'm trying to drive. Please quiet down.
Sucks. Here, you have the skunk. I have the hunter. You suck.
Give it back.
No, it's mine.
No, give it
no,
back.
Okay,
no.
I guess I'm gonna have to pull over.
Oh, no!
That's much better.
Loud music is not looked at as a big distraction, but in reality, it is. If you didn't have the ability to hear, you wouldn't be aware of your surroundings. Loud music takes away your hearing of what is going on around you. Realistically, it's only a cognitive distraction, but driving needs all of your attention to do safely. Watch as driver A makes the mistake of playing music too loud. Even though driver A's reaction to the saxophone music was unrealistic, this crash could have still occurred whether or not he was jamming out or not. What if a siren was to pass without his notice? He could have been fined. Watch as driver B recognizes the danger in driving with loud music and makes the right choice.
Did you hear that? That was a siren. Wow, it is a very big hazard for me to be playing music that loud. If I was to get into the music, I could probably hurt somebody. That is a bad idea. That's why I turned it down.
Unlike loud music, changing radio stations frequently is a visual and manual distraction. If you are unfamiliar to the area, you shouldn't be looking for radio stations. You should be paying attention to the road. This and loud music can be a very deadly combination. Watch as driver A fails to recognize the danger and causes a crash.
I hate this song. Nope.
La CIA a déjà recruté une chatte d'un agent secret félin sur Opération Acoustique Chaton et
More, I'm gonna be in from.
Oh gosh.
As you could see, driver A was way too interested in the radio station that was playing rather than the road, thus leading into a crash. Driver B presents a good idea of listening to a mixtape to avoid this situation.
Ah, this song sucks. Aw man, my eyes have been off the road for way too long. I could have gotten into a serious crash. I think I'll just play my mixtape. That way I won't have to fiddle around with it. There we go.
Although outside emotions don't really seem to be a distraction, they very well can be. In this case, aggression will get your blood flowing, and being mad behind a steering wheel can easily cause a crash. Watch as driver A fails to recognize the danger of driving with aggression.
Whatever, Mom! I'm running away! I never loved you!
As you saw in the video, the emotionally unstable boy drove too fast out of his driveway and almost hit a squirrel crossing the road. The aggressive driver is too focused on their destination and arriving there quickly. This is hazardous to both him and the other drivers around. Driver B recognizes that he's way too angry to drive, thus deciding not to drive at all.
God, I hate you, Mom! I'm running away! I never loved you! I can't drive in this fierce anger!
Even though both aggression and emotions aren't a visual or manual distraction, emotional driving can seriously get in your head, making it a dangerous cognitive distraction. Watch as driver A fails to realize she is in no condition to drive a vehicle, as she is impaired by her emotions.
I'm just so sad. Little Fluffy got hit by a car. Oh darn!
Even if tissues aren't a realistic possibility through some emotions, emotional driving is something any and every driver should stay away from. Driver A fails to realize the danger, but driver B is able to relax and concentrate on her safety towards her destination.
Oh man, little Fluffy died, but I'm just gonna have to take some deep breaths and get over it, because it's not safe to drive while I'm emotionally distracted. Okay.
Wildlife watching takes your eyes off the road, which is crucial. You can travel a large distance in 3 seconds, and if you don't have any idea where you are going during those 3 seconds, you can easily crash.
Oh, look, a deer. Oh, shoot.
Even though unrealistic, driver A took their eyes off the road to admire a deer. They even took out binoculars. Without your eyes on the road, wildlife watching is a deadly visual distraction. Now watch as driver B accomplishes safety and admiration of the majestic creature.
Oh, look, a deer. I'm going to pull over so I can safely look at it.
This one is a very common distraction, because we all know that waiting that hour to eat the food cold is the worst thing ever. But in reality, eating and drinking is an extremely hazardous manual distraction. Watch as driver A enjoys his lunch. His last lunch.
Oh God!
As you can see, taking both of your hands off the wheel leaves you with no control of the direction the vehicle is taking. This can lead to the death of not only you, but any passengers or oncoming cars you may hit. Now watch as driver B safely decides to pull over rather than become a hazard on the road.
Gee, I sure am hungry. I'm gonna pull over so I can eat breakfast. Totally worth the wait.
GPSs are meant to be useful for drivers, but studies show that GPSs can also be very hazardous when one is driving. For one to successfully give a GPS directions while driving, one must take their eyes and one of their hands off the roads, becoming a manual and visual distraction.
Oh, stupid GPS. Fudge, how do you work this? So annoying. It's in French? Are you kidding me? Wow. How do you get this? Oh my God. Whoa, a squirrel!
As you can see, driver A was clearly not focused on the road, and there will always be something that needs to be fixed, whether it be settings or directions. Driver B demonstrates proper driving behavior by giving the GPS directions before pulling off.
Wow, this GPS is so cool. I can't wait to get home to my friends to show this. Let me figure this out. It's in French. Wow, good thing I'm not driving. That could become a very big distraction while I'm driving. Let me just change the language. Now I can get home. Yay! That wasn't so hazardous, was it?
Drinking and driving is not only illegal, but it's also a very dangerous distraction. It may only be a cognitive, but when you cannot properly drive because you are wasted, then it's worse than a visual and manual distraction. Alcohol slows down your thought process and reaction time, which are both crucial to safe driving. Driver A makes a big mistake in getting behind the wheel.
Ugh. Ugh. Ugh.
Even though I don't recommend drinking under the age of 21, I strongly recommend not to drink and drive under the age of 21. If you do find yourself drinking, find a safe ride home. Don't trust anyone who says they can drive, because even 1 or 2 beers can impair a driver. Driver B may be under the age of 21, but he recognizes that he cannot drive and calls for a taxi.
Yo, dude, that party was so crazy. I'm so smashed. I gotta call a taxi, dude. There's no way I'm driving home. Oh, God. I don't need this. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh. Thank God I'm not driving. Taxi! Thanks, man.
This one may sound silly to you guys, but you would be surprised by how often it occurs to males. Even though it applies to females much better, it can still occur to guys. This distraction is both a manual and visual distraction, which is very dangerous. Watch as driver A pays the consequences.
Got to go to a party. Got to get ready. There's no time for pulling over. Gonna be late. Oh, I'm supposed to turn here. There we go. Okay, let's see. Oh no!
Although personal grooming shouldn't be something you should be doing in your car, people always seem to get caught up in the way they look. Besides the simplest solution of not caring what you look like, pulling over to fix your hair is the only good option. This is best demonstrated by driver B.
About to go to a party. I gotta get ready. Oh. Maybe that's not a good idea. I better pull over. I can get ready. There. Now I'm party ready, and I'm safe on the roads.
Phone conversations can be dangerous. Not only do they take your mind off what is happening on the road, you're also manually disabled. Even with the Bluetooth devices, studies show that you are still distracted on the phone. It is also against the law for someone under the age of 18 to be using any electronic device in the car.
Oh, my good friend. Hello? Hey, what's up? Nice. How you been? Oh, that's good. Yeah, no, I'm not doing anything right now. What are you doing right now? Nice. Oh God!
One day, people will recognize that driving is something that takes all of your attention. Having a phone conversation restricts a person's hands and their mind. Driver B successfully demonstrates how to handle a correct situation with a phone call in their car.
Oh, my grandma. I should pull over before I make this call. Hello, Grandma? Oh, how have you been? I've been great. Listen, I can't talk right now. I'm pulled over because I'm driving, but I would love to talk to you another time. Can I call you when I get home? Thank you. Bye, Grandma.
Texting and driving, the one you have all been waiting for, the most dangerous of them all. the only one that is manual, visual, and cognitive.
Oh, text message. Oh God!
Everyone knows driving and texting is one of the worst things you could do. Heck, it's even illegal now. But what can you do to avoid it? Well, it's pretty simple. I'll let Driver B demonstrate.
Oh, text message. Let's see who this is from. Ooh, my grandma. She wouldn't be very proud of me if I was texting and driving. I should pull over just to see if it's important.
Or just don't text. Damn.